Welcome to HappyNote. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create flashcards and study them. So let's get started. So here, I'm working on a notebook about tea. As you can see, I have already created a bunch of notes and subnotes. In several of these notes, I've attached some flashcards, like this one here, that contains a question and an answer about green tea. All right, let's look at another example here, which is a subcategory of green tea. In this note, I have some text and some images. And down here, I have two flashcards with questions about this note's content. So let me just add another flashcard here. Then I add a question and an answer. I might also add an image to the answer here. You can also insert some computer code. Or you might add a sketch to it if needed. But for this example, I'm fine with just some text and a picture. Okay, so now to study the flashcards we have created, you can click on this menu up here and select Review Cards. Here on this overview, you can select which cards you'd like to study. Let me quickly collapse this branch of my notebook to make it a bit easier to show you how it works. Okay, there are just two things you have to understand. First, the flashcards are organized in tabs. As you can see here, the tab 1 is selected. This tab selection menu is basically the same as a physical card catalog, like the one in this picture. The second thing to understand is that you can either study all cards in this tab or just specific branches of the notebook. Now we have 9 cards selected from within tab 1, 6 cards from main types of tea, and 3 cards from tea processing. So today, I just feel like studying the cards from the main types of tea branch. I'll deselect everything first, and then I'll select only this specific branch. Now, as you can see, in tab 1, only 6 out of the 9 available cards are selected. Perfect! Enough preparation. Let's hit start and begin reviewing these cards. So I'll read the question and then click Show Answer. Once I know the right answer, I'll click the green thumbs up button and the next question appears. Okay, let me speed this up a bit until I've reviewed all the cards. Great! Once I'm through, I get my results. This graphic here visualizes that my correctly answered cards have now been moved from tab 1 to tab 2. And down here, I can hit Start again to review the remaining 2 cards, the ones I didn't know the answer to before. Good. Now I've correctly answered the remaining cards. When I go back to the Overview now and look at the Tabs menu, you can see that the correctly answered cards are now in tab 2. So tomorrow and the following days, I'm going to repeat them until I get these topics into my long-term memory. So that's it from this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed it. See you next time, and happy note-taking!